Welcome to episode 422 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Good morning on this frigid day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's frigid Valentine's Day.
We're celebrating as a trio.
Love you guys.
Yep.
Love you too.
Come on, Ryan, you can say it.
Nope. Nope, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to feel like the third lover here.
The
like
third lover?
Yeah, like I'm always the third wheel. No, I love you guys. I love all the listeners out there and wherever you are. Hopefully you love someone as well. If you do, I guess congrats. If you don't, maybe congrats. I don't know.
Could go either way, honestly.
Yeah.
It depends on where you're at in life.
Yep. We're not here for love advice, but we're not here for love advice. So if you want to write in.
I am not giving any, I can tell you that.
I'll give all of it out. I know Gerald will dip his toes in the love advice.
Well, I will just tell you that when it comes to love, my decisions lean more poor than good. I made like one good one, and all the ones before that were poor. So, just statistically alone, that's just the way it's going to happen. So,
any advice is good advice, I think, is what they say.
Oh, is that what nobody says that?
Yeah, like here's a little.
That's horrible.
Here's a little bad advice for you, kid.
That's the worst advice I've ever heard.
Gerald, are you down for love advice?
Sure.
Yep. See, I knew he would be.
Now, I think Gerald got it right the first time, though, didn't he?
That makes him qualified.
Pretty much. I understand that. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm more qualified to host a show called I Love Poor Decisions than the show where we give love advice.
Yeah,
Maybe we heart bad decisions.
All right. Yeah, I could host a podcast called, I got lucky the last time, and now I'm just riding that wave.
Whoops, right. Yeah. Anyways, if you podcast at Gamestitch.com if you want some of that, or hit us up on Twitter at @game_stitch. We could do that.
Well,
any advice, really. I mean, we're not qualified to give any,
really.
which I think makes us open for anything.
No, I take that back. I could give you, there's some advice I could give you, but it revolves at this point, it revolves like tractor parts and stuff like that. So, yeah. Car parts.
I shouldn't give you any advice.
Any advice?
No, but I'm willing to give you all advice.
Could you give me advice if, say, I wanted to, I don't know, sell cable television?
I could. My first piece of advice would be don't.
Okay.
But yeah, I could. Here's the thing. I tell you I'm not qualified to give anybody advice, but you reached out to me this week for financial guidance, and which I thought was a poor decision, but I appreciated you doing it.
I don't know that it was financial guidance as much as it was, dude, I got money to play with.
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
That's pretty much what you said.
It wasn't like, hey, I didn't expect you to really dig. I just wanted to know what you had your eye on.
Yeah, I provided that information.
Yeah. So.
And then you swiftly went a different direction.
Yeah. So I was like, no, that's not for me.
Yeah. I think both of those, without going into detail, I think both of those were good investments, but I think they're long-term.
I think they're very, I don't know about the one. The other one might be very long-term.
So the one that you don't know about is locked up in a lawsuit, and if they win, they'll skyrocket, and if they lose, they'll stay where they are.
Yeah.
It's a small company, but yeah, so whatever advice you guys need.
But I just want to say I did have a big week on that. And thank God for some reason I had to get up at 2:00 in the morning one time. I never do that. I had to. I got up. I just thought I'd check my stocks, and did some good things happen. So I made some transactions to build my portfolio by 350%.
I'm willing to hand out any advice that's non-medical. I feel like I should say that. You don't want to give out medical advice.
I mean,
or I
guess it depends on the level of the medical. Like, put a Band-Aid on that tiny little cut you have. Probably not a bad idea. Put some
Go to the doctor.
on and put a Band-Aid on it.
Go to the doctor.
Seriously? What's
Yeah,
wrong
go
with
to the doctor because I'm not going to be I'm not going to be responsible.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to hear your bullshit anymore.
I'm not be responsible for
You
these
cannot
people.
say, I'm not going to be the one to tell you. I'm going to tell you to go to the doctor when you have
that's
a
advice.
tiny little cut. And I tell
Well, if
you
the cut
to
gets
peroxide,
infected,
but
what
you're
if-
going to give, but you have no problem giving poor advice on everything else. So I just can't even take you seriously. Now you're like a clown.
What happens when Dr. Dan says put a Band-Aid on it, gets infected, gets in their bloodstream, and they die?
Okay.
Have you thought that through?
I never called myself Dr. Dan.
No,
start
I did.
there.
I liked it.
But I will give medical advice. That basic medical advice.
I think it hits
Yes.
good. I think
That's
Dr.
basic.
Dan,
It's basic first aid.
the Dr.
Clean
Dan
it, put a
podcast.
disinfectant on it, and put a Band-Aid on it.
Let's hope he's right, folks. Let's hope. Who did Dr. Dan pull? A bunch of white guys, Dan.
Dr. Dan the Bandage Man. See?
That's you. They wrote a kid's book about you.
This guy's not white.
I can't see where you're referring to. They all look. That guy?
The dude right next to the book.
That guy just had poor lighting. That guy's not.
That is an Asian gentleman of Asian persuasion.
The rest are all white. Is Dan a popular white guy name?
There's Dr. Dan is an African American.
Most of them just 30 to 50 something white dudes.
Most of them are.
Yeah.
As
Man,
am I.
there's not a market for a Dr. Dan. It's crowded already.
Right.
That guy's name is not Dan. It's like Rod Stewart's cousin. On this tiny picture I get to see, at least. From here it does.
Who's the Jeff Winger lookalike down there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oof.
If you were a doctor, what kind of doctor do you think you would want to be?
Oh, and I would want to be an anesthesiologist.
Okay. Gerald, what's your answer?
Sports medicine.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, because as an anesthesiologist, all you do is you literally get paid insane amounts of money to drug people. So
Yeah. I don't know if I like how excited you were about explaining that to me. A little bit Cosby for me, but I get
what
it.
I mean is you just need to know the right concoction.
No, I hear. Yep, that. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's a lot harder than I think it is. Well, I have no doubt it's a lot harder than I think
You
it
just
is.
say
But it
concoction.
seems like it's not hard.
Yeah. Now, Gerald gave me a real answer, and then you gave me some bullshit about drugging people.
Uh-huh.
I just want to note that too.
I gave you a real answer first,
You said anesthesiologist, and then you want to drug people.
and then I explained why.
Right. That's where we ran into the problem. Yeah, that's a stressful career. I think any of those. I think doctor's not for me.
I could do it, but that's a lot of learning to.
You could be like a non-medical doctor.
Well, apparently they're not real doctors if you ask certain.
Well, I
people,
didn't
so
want to say that, but I mean,
I don't know if I don't know if what you're saying is true.
Yeah, you could be a doctor with some air quotes. You know,
Air quotes.
Yeah. Because really, what I would be after is just the title, Dr. Ryan. You know,
Right. I'll take one of the honorary ones that them folks like to give out. So hey,
well, you have to do something celebrity
honorary.
wise.
You have to do something honorary first, or honorable maybe.
Yeah, something tells me being knowledgeable in tractor parts isn't going to get you
I'm pretty
there.
sure I've done neither, so I am not in the running.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get one from like Liberty University or Phoenix University. So
Oh, shots fired at Liberty and Phoenix. Sorry, listeners. If you're alum.
apologies if you're alum. Yeah,
Yeah.
I made a judgment that may or may not be true.
Yeah. Gerald could probably do sports medicine for one of those, Liberty.
Apparently, there is a doctor of thugonomics.
Thugonomics.
Yes, producer Gerald has it up.
It's on
John
Wikipedia.
Cena is the doctor of thugonomics.
All right,
Is
take
that
that
real?
down.
Is any of that real?
Yeah, that was a gimmick he had.
Take that down.
The doctor of yeah.
So
Move on
Ryan
to
could be
something else.
the doctor of gamingnomics.
I don't think I know enough.
You don't have to.
John
Just say you
Cena,
John Cena doesn't know anything about being a thug. So
disagree. Disagree. John Cena is he's an interesting guy.
He let me tell you something. He latched on to The Rock's trajectory and is doing that same thing.
Trying to.
I think he's. I don't know. I think he's doing all right.
He's
getting ready to be in Fast. He was in that doing a couple comedy movies. He started out in the WWE action films.
He's a good dude. Also,
yes.
Like he's a good person. It seems.
Yes. I know. I'm pretty sure producer Gerald hates him. If I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, but you don't hate him like you hate him in the ring, right?
No, outside the ring too.
He's a good dude. What the hell? Gerald, it's Valentine's.
I beg to differ.
It's Valentine's.
I've listened to a lot of podcasts and a lot of interviews that people talk about him and how shitty of a person he really is. It's just a whole gimmick of him being a nice guy.
If your gimmick is that you're a nice guy, at some point you're just a nice guy.
I don't think, and I don't know that that's you should get called out for having that gimmick, right? Is that really?
He just pretends to be a nice guy 24/7. It's like, right. Oh, then maybe he's just a nice guy. Yeah. I'm Team Cena. What's his people called? Do you have a name for his fans?
I don't know. Your patience of thugonomics, I guess.
No,
Kids.
That's not. Kids? I don't
doesn't matter because
I don't like what Gerald did there.
Doesn't matter because you can't see me.
All right, that's dumb. I don't like that one.
That's John Cena too.
It has survived though.
Obviously. And if it didn't, I just brought it back.
Well, I think it's called the C Nation.
The C Nation.
That seems like it would be something else.
The Seaman. He could have went with that.
No. It's the Seaman? No.
Yeah, the Seaman, yeah.
There's probably a good reason they didn't.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't fit with the nice guy gimmick.
Better than Sea People or whatever. C Nation. What's up, Sea People?
Sea Peeps?
Well, the little Jimmies.
Ooh.
What?
Little Jimmies. What do you think the crossover is for our audience versus wrestling fans? You feel like the Venn diagram would scoop up a lot of them?
I'm going to go with 50-50.
Now, how upset do you think that 50% is right now?
I'm pretty sure that the people who actually watch wrestling all hate John Cena, just like
there's some semen out there.
Is there?
Yeah, there's some out there.
There's some C Nationers, some C Nationals,
some sea folk. Hopefully, that's not a thing.
A C Nation is. What is that?
Canada.
Gerald, would you sit down for dinner with John Cena to hash out some of these feelings?
No.
Why not, dude?
It's so close-minded.
You wouldn't even eat dinner? You wouldn't even break bread with the man?
No.
Wow. I thought you were a nice guy. Now I think you're a garbage human being.
You wouldn't eat dinner with him?
I'd rather eat dinner with somebody like other people than him.
Yeah. Everybody would rather eat with a person they like. But
he's probably my top 3 people I'd rather not see.
That's not what we asked. We didn't say you had a choice here.
Okay, hold on. I want to back up.
If I didn't have a choice, then of course I would have to eat with them.
Hold on. I want to back up to this top 3 people that you dislike. Are the other ones people we can say on air?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear them.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
John Cena.
The GOAT. Okay.
Not the GOAT.
Okay. It's a different podcast. We could do it later, but yeah. Tom Brady, John Cena. Who's the third?
I'll leave that one alone.
Okay.
Did he say John Cena?
Yeah, John Cena and Tom Brady, 1 and 2. Well, what order would you put those in? You hate Tom Brady more than John Cena?
No, John Cena is definitely number 1.
Man, I can't believe you wouldn't have a meal with that guy. What if he pays?
You would just eat with him?
What if he buys
I would
dinner?
eat, but I wouldn't talk to him.
What if he called you tomorrow and said, Producer Gerald, listen.
Yeah, listen. I listened to the podcast.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I'm a little hurt that you got some issues with me. I'd like to work these issues out. I'd like to pay for you to come here to Nashville. I'm in Nashville for the weekend. I'd like to come. I'd like to treat you to dinner so we can talk over some of this and see if we can't come to some sort of understanding.
Right, so I'd ask him all the questions that I have, like the issues, he could deny all of them. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
Either way,
That's everybody you ever talk to.
but either way, you got to have a meal
Paid for.
with the
With
seeming
a celebrity.
captain. Yeah,
By a celebrity.
it's not a celebrity, Gerald. Though you got to understand.
No, he's a celebrity. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
I'll give
I don't
him
know.
props. Like, he does help out with kids and stuff, but I think
Yeah.
the whole notion of his aura is like overblown.
he's in Nashville for Make-A-Wish, and Gerald's like, "No dinner, sir.
Right.
You asshole." I would eat with him. John
I don't know,
Cena.
I've sat and ate lunch with Gerald, producer Gerald, before, and I could have been lying to you the whole time about everything I was saying. Could have been not true.
If he likes you.
Is that the difference? You
Yeah.
can lie. It's okay to be an asshole.
Well,
if you
I
like
would
it.
expect you would tell me the truth.
Yeah,
Oh,
life's
God.
too short to eat with people you
And
don't
you
like,
wouldn't
man.
you would expect John Cena to be a liar, even though his gimmick is to be a nice guy.
He would go into the conversation like knowing, okay, this guy believes all this stuff about me that's on the internet, so I got to go in and make sure and come up with lies and to make sure I'm telling the truth.
Gerald, you're so anti-Cena.
I know.
Yes.
I think this is the most animated you've been on the show since we started it.
I'm
I also
into
think
it.
it might be the most you've talked when all three of us were on.
I'm into it.
Me too.
I like it. Now, Dan, who is the celebrity you wouldn't eat with?
I would not eat with.
Yeah, and I know that you would probably eat with anyone, so for the sake of this, let's just pick someone.
I don't, yeah, I mean, if you're going to pay for my meal, I'll sit down and break bread with you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Celebrity. I would not.
Like, who's on your list of people you're like, I really don't like that person, even if it's like Gerald and not rational? Dan likes everyone.
I can't think of anybody that, like, I mean, obviously I could say, the basics.
I mean,
Everybody has, but
I know that you would eat with them, but if for the sake of this, if you're picking a celebrity to not eat with, you can't land on anybody.
I can't think of anybody that I just hate that much. I really can't. I mean, like Tom Brady. I don't like Tom Brady, but I'm not going to say him because I would definitely let him pay for my dinner.
Yeah, I would eat Taco Bell with Tom Brady.
Right. So,
I don't
I
dislike
have to
Tom.
think on it. Who's yours?
I wouldn't. Carrie Underwood.
Oh, you do hate Carrie.
Yeah, I think there's a long history that you could just rewind the show and see that I've never liked Carrie Underwood.
You do hate Carrie Underwood.
Now, here's the thing, and sorry for all the people who are Carrie Underwood fans. I think she's a garbage human, but I like her husband a lot. Right. So I would try to get her to bring him along. Also, if she just invited me to dinner, I would go. Because I'm probably wrong, because I think most of my thoughts about her are irrational. Because I don't know her, and I've never even really seen anything that she's done besides, there's something about, she just gives me vibes like she's an asshole. But she could be the nicest person ever, and I could love her and her husband.
And you wouldn't know until you took that chance, though.
Yeah, so if she invited me to dinner, I would go. I would hope that he would come.
But
so
you just said it has to be somebody you wouldn't go to dinner with, though.
But because there's no one. But if I had to pick someone, it'd be her.
Okay. All right. So I guess anybody would go to dinner with if they were paid. Now, would you enter a contest to go to dinner with Carrie Underwood?
Depends what was required of me.
Yeah.
Could I shoot a task off?
Like your email address? Sure. Yeah.
Can I fire
a
text 1234 to this number to win a contest?
Yeah, I could do that.
If I wasn't, somebody you would not do it, no matter what.
Yeah. If I wasn't driving and someone said, "Hey, if you just text this to this, you might get to eat with this person," I would do it pretty much no matter what.
Yeah, me too.
Is there anybody either one of you guys would not?
Not a famous person. There's some people I know personally that I wouldn't.
Right? Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to.
I don't have I don't have problems with the people that I don't know. With
so
people
my top 3 or 4 or 5 people I would not text. I would not want to enter a contest to go to dinner with them.
Man. We're going to change this show to Gerald Hates and then just leave it blank.
No shit.
Like Gerald Hates ... Also, up until this point, my mic has been hot, so you're welcome, everybody. Probably won't be able to fix that. It's been super loud, so it's clipping.
Oh, got it.
I'm still on this duct taped setup, so Whoops.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did
So
you guys get into playing anything this week?
nah, nothing of note. I played the same stuff that I've been playing. You know, I don't know. I've got a lot going on outside of work, so I just Rocket League, some Destruction All Stars, some Sackboy, just moving along.
Yeah.
You know, moving the week forward.
How about you, Producer Gerald?
My normal stuff. I played Hollow Knight a little bit. Just one day.
Streamed just the one night, I think I saw.
Yeah. Fallout 76, GTA.
Gerald, do you just leave your PS4 on all the time?
No, I'm on it.
But it doesn't show you're playing anything.
I watched YouTube. I mean,
Okay.
Hulu, Netflix,
Like
Amazon
every
Prime.
time I get on, you're on, but it never shows the game.
But
And I
there's
just
no
was,
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
I assumed you used it as essentially it's your entertainment center in whatever area it's in.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
easier for me just to go on there because I'll wear the headset to listen because my wife likes to read and she doesn't like the TV in the background.
Look at you being a good guy.
Your wife likes to read. What is she reading?
She reads
Books?
books. She has a
I know
Kindle.
she reads. I was hoping maybe you could give me a title of the book.
Gerald
That's
doesn't
kinda what
like
I
to
was
read. His
asking.
wife does. He doesn't know.
Oh my god, it's like any romance video that's got like Conan and some chick on it,
Oh, she likes
or
the
Fabio and some chick. Those love stories.
she likes the
Really?
softcore romance.
She likes the softcore erotica,
Yeah.
fantasy erotica.
Yeah, all the books I see in her little Amazon queue is always books with like a guy and a girl.
Gerald, you've really come alive this episode. Just putting out a lot of personal stuff that I'm into. I think it's a good show. Really
Hey,
opened up.
Did you guys do the PlayStation wrap up? Did you see what you guys did?
Oh, yeah, I did do that.
I did do that. I don't remember it though.
I meant to mention it. I don't know why I just thought about it just
Well,
right then and
let's
there.
do this. Let's bring it to the show next week.
I never got the email sent to me. I had to actually go in and find it.
Yeah, everybody get theirs ready, and next week we'll do it.
I don't know if I'm
Okay.
going to be able to, so
Why?
because I don't remember where it is.
Oh, just go to the PlayStation blog. I didn't know if you had like some inside of you had some things that were going to keep you from being able to do that.
I was disappointed in mine.
It's not accurate, so there are some things that are very much off.
Is it not?
Like it says that I didn't play Rocket League online more than 100 hours. And that's not possible. So there's
Really?
some other stuff wrong, yeah.
I
But
feel like
we'll-
mine was pretty close, but
Yeah, we'll bring it to the I'll send you guys a link out before the show next week, and we'll do it.
see what our wrap up is.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up next week.
Wrap it up. Well, I didn't play. I played nothing this week. It has been incredibly cold and snowy here this week. And I don't know. I know you guys aren't familiar with it, but some of you listeners might be. When it gets incredibly cold, just going out in it, like for 13 seconds, wears your ass out. Especially up here where you're also getting wind, where you're getting, it's 5 degrees with a wind chill of minus 15.
Is that what the temperature's been?
It's been that a couple of days, yeah.
Ugh. No,
Like
thank
today,
you.
today it's 19 with the wind chill of 3.
Yeah, so it's 18 here, but I'm pretty sure our wind chill is not the same.
Yeah. But it's been like that pretty consistently all week. On top of that, we've been getting snow. So work's been pretty crazy as well. So not only am I exhausted from going out in the extreme cold temperatures, but I am exhausted from doing a bunch of running around at work. So
Do you have a garage
I do have a garage.
that like
but I don't
vehicles
park in
can
it.
be in? Okay. So you have to like go get the vehicles ready.
No, I have a remote start. So what I do is I get up in the morning and I hit the remote start. And while I'm getting ready, it runs for 20 minutes and usually shuts off at some point. So then I usually start it back up with the remote start. And about 15 minutes later, I get in my vehicle, and usually I can just turn on the windshield wipers and go.
Okay.
Because I've let it run for an hour at that point or whatever.
Now, is your wife that lucky also?
My wife doesn't go anywhere.
Okay. So she doesn't have to worry about it. She have a remote start, though?
Yes.
I've never
but
had
it's
a
not
remote
as cool
start.
as mine.
Hmm.
Hers, you got to double click and
A double tap.
then it's on for it runs for 5 minutes. And see, my remote start, you can be low on gas, remote start will fire it up. It'll run your shit right out of gas if you want it to.
It'll run out right there.
Yep, if hers has too low on gas, it won't.
Yeah.
See, which is backwards because I'm the guy who's like, "Ooh, I'm at a quarter of a tank. I probably need to get gas." And she's like, "Oh, I have a light on, but my vehicle has 2 warning lights, so I can just wait for the other one to come on."
Yeah. I'm more her style. I like to
I
fill up
believe
when
that
the
about
light
you.
comes up.
And I believe Gerald's probably more my style.
Gerald probably fills up at 3/4 of a tank.
No, I would say a quarter.
No, I wait till I have 10 miles left. 5 to
Really?
10 miles. Yeah.
You're
Really?
a light guy?
You do not seem that irresponsible.
That's true. He's right.
Well, I only fill up once a month.
Yeah, but you seem like the guy who never you're just topping it off all the time.
Mm-mm.
Well, no, I'm not going that far.
Gerald
No,
rolling
I
the
don't
dice
think
a
he'd
little
top
bit.
it off. I would say when it gets down, I feel like Gerald when he gets down to a quarter of a tank, he's like, you know what? I just need to keep in the back of my mind I need to get gas.
Yeah.
So next couple runs out, he gets gas.
No,
And
I wait till the
apparently
light
I'm
comes
wrong.
on.
So my car isn't fancy and doesn't tell me the countdown until I have to walk.
Mm-hmm.
So I set the trip whenever the light comes on. And then I'm always like, I wonder how long it was on before I noticed it was on. Because you don't know if you caught it right when it came on.
Exactly. Yep. You're
Mhm.
right.
And
So
so,
mine's electronic, so mine has a big alert that pops up
yeah.
saying, "Hey,
but,
you need gas."
but I'm an adult and I've never run out of gas in my entire life.
So mine says fuel level low.
Yeah, mine just has a little orange light that comes on. But I go I never fill up before the light's on.
Because obviously mine has gotten to that point.
Yep.
But I usually try not to.
Oh no, I've run the car I have now. I've run that one to the battery where it says you have no more gas. You're running on battery only.
Oh shit, that's time to get somewhere. Get some gas.
Mm-hmm.
You have one of those electric cars?
Yeah,
It's
mine's
hybrid?
a hybrid.
It's a hybrid?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a hybrid. Actually, now that you say, I think I did, actually.
Yeah, because Ryan talks about on one of the shows about how he gets in a car, it just doesn't sound like it's on or it's moving.
Yeah, it's weird.
Right.
Because Gerald was the first person that I knew that had a hybrid, that I rode in their car.
You have a Hyundai hybrid, is that right?
Yeah.
Yup.
Hyundai.
That's how you say
I don't know
it.
I don't even know the right way to say it, to be honest.
I think you nailed it.
Hyundai?
No,
Hyundai.
not that. Hyundai. Hyundai.
Hyundai.
How they say it in the commercials.
I think it's Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Not like that. They don't.
So was that offensive? I realized after I said it that might be offensive.
A little bit.
Hyundai.
A little bit of appropriation going on there.
My bad. I like their cars. I like the Genesis stuff.
I like the Genesis too.
The Genesis gets me a little bit hard.
I kind of like that new Kia SUV.
What's it?
I will never buy it, but I kind of like it.
I told you guys I like that Kia Stinger, and I was embarrassed when I saw one and was like, ooh, I like that, and realized it was a Kia. No offense, Kia, if you want to sponsor the show.
My understanding is the Kias have gotten quite a bit better.
That Kia Stinger is a good-looking car.
It is. It's small, though.
Look at that. That's it. No, it's not. Look at that. It's like a full-size sedan.
I guess it is a full-size sedan.
Isn't that a good-looking Kia?
I think it depends on what color you get it in. Like the
Yeah, I
red
don't know
one
about that
looks
orange.
blah.
I don't know about that orange. I saw it. Look at that blue.
Well, yeah, but that's your color.
That's true. I like blue. I saw that one. That's what I saw in person.
That one there?
Yeah. I was like, what is that?
What's the new Kia SUV that's coming out, Gerald? Or came out, or coming out?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, the new one. That's
Came
really
out.
nice.
The Telluride. I think that's
The
it.
Telluride, yeah. That's a big SUV, right?
Yeah.
Is it a third row?
I don't remember if it's third row. I don't think it's a full third row.
That
If it does
VW, the Atlas, that thing's huge. If you like a big bulking SUV.
Yeah, it's a third row.
It is
yeah.
a third row.
Yeah, it is. Look at that. Just put a fleet of people in that thing.
I don't know a fleet of people. And I certainly don't want to ride in a car with a fleet of people.
Just a whole group of folks in the car.
In any vehicle, I don't want to ride with a fleet of people.
I think about just getting a passenger van, so I just put more people in there. I like the Supras, so
My
I could
brother and sister-in-law have one of those like Nissan 12 passenger vans or whatever.
Oh my goodness! I
Yeah,
don't
it's
want
totally
that.
unnecessary.
The Supra is a 2-seater. I like that.
Right.
I'm trying to put no one in there.
For years and years, I refused. When I bought pickup trucks, I bought just regular cabs.
Yeah, you're like, this is where I sit, and that's where I put my shit. I know how it works.
And if I have to, I can put one person there.
Can you get a shot of the interior on that, Gerald? I don't think that's the Supra. I don't think it has a back seat. It might.
No, the Supra doesn't have a...
Well, these are all the fancy ones.
Oh, well...
Does that have a back seat?
No, there's no back seat. It's right up against the back wall.
Yeah, I like it. They have that orange color, that mustard color that was on the previous page. They have one of those sitting in Clarksville for sale, that top one.
Kind of want that Ford Bronco.
Oh, I love that Bronco. Pull up that Bronco.
New one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I get a semi-chub when I look at that thing. I like the 4-door, the non-SUV looking one.
Yep, I do too.
Yeah, look at that. And I know they're all SUVs, but they make that one that looks like a Jeep Cherokee.
Yep.
Look at that. Yeah. I would drive that baby on the road only.
Oh, yeah, me
exclusively.
too. But it looks good.
Joe, do you like that? Can we get a rating out of 10?
7.
7 Broncos out of 10 Broncos. I get you. I'll take it. A 7. I feel like I thought you were going to come in lower.
Me too. I thought you were going to come in around 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the one car I like.
Yeah. It's got a good look to it. They make it, they're like doing the Jeep thing where you can get it in like 150 different configurations.
Yeah, I know. It does kind of look like a Toyota FJ7?
Yeah,
those FJ Cruisers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I like those.
I do too.
Gerald, how many FJ Cruisers out of 10 would you give an FJ Cruiser?
Yeah,
do you like those?
Me of that. Yeah, I like
do you like
those.
them or hate them? Yeah, I like them
I
too.
like those.
Those are good looking. Those are hard to find now.
They are.
That's an 8.
Ooh, 8 FJ Cruisers out of 10. Yeah, I like those. I like that blue one.
I like the... Of course you do.
Look at that.
I like the green.
That looks like it just woke up to drive over top of shit.
Not necessarily that green.
That's that OD green. Now that one doesn't look good to me.
Yeah, especially compared to the green one.
Yeah, there's something about that black one looks like a Kia Sportage from far away. That looks awesome.
That one looks good.
Mm-hmm. All right. I could look at cars all day with you guys. We should probably move on, though.
We got a podcast to roll with.
Yeah, I picked a story that Dan has criticized already. So I want to make sure we give ample time to discuss it.
Yeah, I'm not happy with this week's story choice.
You try, you do your best. You can't even catch a break, even with your own people. No. You try. I picked them one story and I couldn't even get it right.
Well, see, and that's the downside to the one story thing is there's no coming back from it on that same day. Like, this is it.
Gerald, how many stories out of 10 would you give this story?
10.
See, he likes it.
3.
And Gerald's fired up today, so we might get some involvement.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll keep quiet then.
All right. So there's some classic names coming back to G4. Kind of made an announcement video they put out this week. Now they have out the announcement. They're doing this B4 G4 thing. It's bad, okay? Like the videos, like it's not good. It's trying to be like silly, and they have the CEO guy, the B4 G4 CEO. It's really silly. But I like that they're trying to put the band back together. I find that to be interesting because I don't even understand what G4 is really going to be. So I thought we would just talk about G4 if we think it'll work, some of the names that are coming back, and just get your thoughts. But we got Dan's before the show started, so I didn't know it was going to go this way. He doesn't care. That's where he lands.
I can expand more on that at some point.
Okay, so they announced this week that Adam Sessler and Kevin Pereira would be returning to G4 in different roles. And they're also joining Xavier Woods, who they've already announced. And there's a couple other. Frost, which is, I guess, a popular streamer or YouTuber. I don't know. And Avli May. They're going to handle the esports side of things for G4. Here's what's interesting about G4 is I think, most of us were probably around for the first run of G4. It got replaced by the Esquire network, which then went defunct. And I think that there's a lot more nostalgia for G4 than there is want for G4 in the world. If I had to guess. I don't think people actually want G4 as much as they like the idea of G4. So I don't know what this will be. But they do have a little Q&A on their site, g4tv.com. It says G4 is a digital-first network that is going live in 2021. Will it be on TV? Comcast pays the bills, so take a guess, which I think is implying that it will be. Mm-hmm. The network will feature gaming and pop culture shows, plus epic live special programming and an alpaca every now and then. That's what it says. It will look awesome, but it will also be a low budget at the same time. We're doubling down on the return of cops and cheaters. And then it says that last part was a joke, but everything else was true. So, you got to assume it's coming back. You got to assume it'll be on some form of TV. Do you think this can work in 2021?
No.
Long term, short term? You don't even think it can work in the short term?
No, I don't. I think G4 was very specific for its time and place, and that's where it belongs. Technology has advanced beyond what G4 has to offer. You can go to YouTube and watch a gazillion G4 ripoffs. So you can go to Twitch and watch a gazillion G4 ripoffs, and some of them are going to be better than G4 ever was. Granted, these are some names that people know. I don't think that's enough to... I don't think that's going to bring people in, those names. I don't think they're going to be able to offer the content that needs to be offered to break themselves apart from the pack.
Well, Dan, they've addressed your concern.
Oh, have they?
So you might be asking, why relaunch a TV network about video games now? We already have Twitch and YouTube. Great question, and we'll think about it. That's from their website, people.
So it seems to me that this is just something they're doing. They're taking a cue, I guess, from Karate Kid and Saved by the Bell. Taking advantage of a name people know and trying to reboot it. I think those are different than what G4 is. For one, I don't think G4 is far enough removed from the stream of consciousness of most of society that paid attention to it. And secondly, I think that its whole premise is literally what entire channels are about on any of the game streaming services that are out there. Twitch, YouTube, any of them.
Now, Gerald, I assume that you're falling on the opposite side of the wall here. Why do you think it can work? Or do you think it can work?
I think it can work, especially with the COVID stuff going on, where you're not going to have the big press conferences or the E3s where people go to live. Now you have a place where you can stream it. Have one place you go to. It's if you want to stream it on PlayStation or Hulu PlayStation or Xbox. Well, how about you go to G4? You can watch it on regular TV because not everyone's going to have the access to get YouTube or to internet or Discord. Now you have a TV show that you can watch. You can have a 5 or 6 year old watch video games, because especially if they have like the esports stuff on there where kids watching Fortnite. Well, you don't have parents are worried about the kids watching YouTube and seeing all the other stuff on there. Now you have a TV show that you can put on for the kids to watch.
Yeah, well, they're not dropping. I assume F-bombs every 2 seconds. I'm sure it would be somewhat censored.
Yes.
Do you think this will hit, like I go to channel whatever and I'm watching G4?
Yeah.
See, I don't think it will. I think it's going to be part of probably Comcast streaming platform. And I'm betting most content, they're careful to say it's a digital first platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there will tell you that most of it's going to go online. I bet it has a membership. I bet you have to pay. Now, having said that, I think the idea of like Attack of the Show, like seeing what that looks like now, I know that Kevin Pereira was doing his own thing. It got weird. Then it got branded. Disney XD picked up Attack. And so he had to change kind of what he was doing. And I know that there's a little bit of a dark cloud around him. That business, I guess, Attack failed. Employees said they didn't get paid. There's a lot of bad stuff going on there, apparently. He makes a joke in the video for G4 that he's broke now, so he's willing to do pretty much anything. But I think seeing what his show looks like in a G4 platform again, seeing what Sessler does, maybe they get Morgan Webb back and they bring X-Play back. I
don't think Morgan's Webb is coming back. She works for
she's worked for game developers since I think 2017. But Sessler's been doing shit too, and he's coming back.
Yeah, Sessler's got more of a reason to stick it to them, than
I'll tell you
Morgan Webb does.
I'll tell you the most concerning thing is, Gerald, if you'll pull up the video, which is not anything I think I sent you, but the video where they announce, if you look at how old Kevin Pereira and Adam Sessler look, I think that might be an issue. As much as I would hate to say that, nostalgia is going to pull people in, I think you need the young people to relate to the young people.
Mm-hmm.
Sessler looks like Sessler. He's always been old. This is not it.
No.
Go to G4B4 Sessler announcement, maybe. Kevin Pereira looks like he's in his 50s, even though he's not in that video. He looks pretty rough.
He's early 40s, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. He did a thing at the, I think it was the GameStop thing I went to. He hosted a Nintendo panel. And I thought he was very good at hosting, but he seemed like a dick.
Well, I think that's why he is what he is. I think that's what's sold, is that he's a little bit of a douche. Yeah,
dude, he turned it on immediately. Like, he walked on stage and he was extremely charming in himself. I mean, he told a dirty joke on the stage of Nintendo, which is odd. Like, he was very much him, but after that, he seemed sort of like a dick. Like, not on stage. Before and after, just immediately after, seemed sort of like a dick.
Yes, I can see him being a dick.
Sessler seems like an okay dude to me, but a lot of people hate him. So, that's a lot of people's John Cena right there. That's a poor man's John Cena.
I think the problem with Sessler is Sessler was super important at the time, and once that time went away, Sessler still thought he was super important.
I'm not here to say he's not. If he wants to come on, Adam, defend yourself to Dan. Open invitation.
He doesn't have to defend himself to me. I'm saying what I think happened to him. I'm not saying it's true.
Sounds like you're
shitting on the man. I'm not even saying I think he's a dick. Because I'll be honest, G4 was never my thing.
Maybe that's why you have such hatred for it right now.
I don't have hatred for it.
You wouldn't sit down. You wouldn't sit down and have dinner.
It's going to work.
You wouldn't break bread with G4.
I would definitely break bread with G4. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched it, but it wasn't must-see TV.
It was for me. Like, I watched a lot of G4. So, for the record, I don't think this will work. I want to be clear. Like, I would give this 4 out of 10 G4s. Because I just don't think there's any way.
The story itself, or the
No,
chance?
The story is spectacular.
Okay.
The conversation's riveting. The engagement's high. The engagement for this episode will be better than the engagement for G4 long term, I think, because I mean, I think that you probably, unfortunately, the ship sailed. And not on G4, on this kind of show.
This
because
type of show.
Twitch and YouTube do exist, and I'll be honest with you, it's a better place to get content because you can find a creator that you like that's doing these things.
Yes. And I know producer Gerald talked about, some parents wanting to pay attention and some people not having YouTube. Those people are the people who don't have access to one of those streaming services, I believe, are few and far between. And unfortunately, I just don't think parents pay that much attention.
Yeah, probably not.
The F-bombs and all that. There's a few. That's not to say all of them are like that, but the ones that do pay attention to it, the parents that do pay attention to that kind of thing and care about that kind of thing, and if you combine them with the people who don't have access to some form of other streaming service, still aren't half of what's needed to make G4 work, I don't think.
So just to be clear, right now, G4 has B4G4, the G4 TV channel.
Uh-huh.
They have the Bleep Esports Show. They have X-Play, and they have Attack of the Show. Those are all their channels right now on YouTube. So those are already live. Like, you can go to the Attack channel right now, and you can actually have 4 videos up. I don't know what this thing is going to be. Maybe it just becomes a platform on YouTube, and maybe it does survive, but it won't see. I don't think it. First off, I don't think it'll be a channel. I think it'll be exclusively on Comcast. They have a streaming app. I'm sure it'll be on there. They have exclusive content on there. Mm-hmm. They're driving people online who are already online, so I think that would make sense. But yeah, this whole project is weird. It seems segmented in a weird way that I don't think is. I don't want to have to go to 4 different places to see G4.
Right.
That's already annoying. Right. I don't want to go to one place to see G4, so I really don't want to go to 4. And I grew up with and love G4, and I love those personalities. But, if you think that Kevin Prairie and Olivia Munn are going to rock out a show for 2 hours a day that's mostly unscripted in 2021, it's not going to happen. It's just
they in today's world, they cannot get away with probably 90% of the things they got away with.
Yeah.
Back then, we live in a different world. Call it woke, call you more attuned, call it whatever you want, but it's the fact that the world is a different place than it was.
Now, I do want to say, as soon as we get off this show, I'm probably going to go check out everything on all those channels, just because I feel like I didn't know that was there, and that's probably me not doing good homework. But I'm going to go check that out. I'm going to see what I can expect, maybe.
Okay.
If it's a channel, if it's truly a channel, I'll tune to it and see what's going on.
I will not.
But long term, I don't see me at home watching G4 anymore. Just don't. Sorry. No, it's a video game show. I just don't see me doing that.
Nope. I'd rather listen to a podcast about video games than watch G4.
Yeah. The Gamestitch Podcast is excellent. It's not Yeah, I would. Yeah, 100%. I would rather listen to a podcast about something I'm interested in, because in the world we live in today, you can deal in specifics.
Yes.
So if you're someone who's like, I like woodworking, that's a thing. But if you just like making cabinets, there's also like probably YouTubes and podcasts and hell, at this point, Twitches of people just fucking with cabinets.
Yep.
Like, you can deal in specifics. So I don't have to watch something I don't want to watch in between something I do want to watch. Not anymore. You can curate your entertainment in a way that people have never been able to.
Exactly.
And so I think
you can create playlists specific to you.
Yeah.
So made entirely by you.
So for the most part, people don't just love video games. They love types of video games or things about video games. Mm-hmm. And they can go watch YouTubes right now, people who just care about talking about the story of games.
And there was a time when that wasn't
not
possible,
like it is now, yeah.
And that's the gap. that was kind of a bridge at that. That's what G4 was. Is they were that bridge.
It was cool to see somebody on TV talking about the things that you found interesting, even though it may not have been all of them.
Yep. They were a bridge between no information on what you love and information only on what you love. They're kind of right in between.
Yeah, so I sometimes wonder about the long-term viability of a lot of things like that aren't ultra-specific, because people almost demand that you talk about the thing that they like.
Right. And that's, I mean, we're talking entertainment in general now. Any form of media, whether it's podcasts, TV, movies, all that. There was a time when, through advertising and lack of ways to get the word out, that these places could dictate to you what you were going to see. You know, this show comes on at Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. These days, with the advent of the internet and with everything that can be so tailored to your own specific interests, the consumer is able to tell those corporations what they will and won't be a part of.
So you remember the old move where they would take a show they wanted to be popular and sandwich it between two shows that were popular?
Yes.
Like that doesn't, sure, that might, anymore. It might work at a very small level.
Yes. But it doesn't have near the impact it did at one point. Premieres of shows after the Super Bowl are no longer the thing they once were.
Right. Like that, being able to force people to watch a thing that they're mildly inappropriate or inappropriate, that are mildly engaged with is
right.
It's gone.
Yeah. We don't live in that world anymore.
Yep.
And in some way, I'm not going to lie, in some ways it's unfortunate. There's times, where I'll be on Netflix and I will spend 2 hours looking for something to watch and never end up watching anything. Because I spent the time I would watching something, looking for something to watch.
Yeah.
That does happen to me. Or I'll be involved with a movie for 10 minutes and be like, nah, not into it.
Because there's thousands of other movies at your fingertips.
Right.
Like things that don't specifically engage you, there's no time for them anymore.
Yeah, and it is a shame, because I remember the days of, and I think I've talked about this before, as long as we're talking about G4, we might as well talk about nostalgia, right?
Sure.
It's kind of the same bag.
Yeah.
On Friday, I got a $5 allowance. For that $5 on Fridays, I could rent 2 movies for 2 days at the local mom and pop video store. I would have no information at my fingertips, a very limited information. I might have like a Fangoria magazine or an Epic magazine that told me about some movies that were coming out, that kind of thing. But I would ride my bike up to the video store with my $5, ready to rent 2 movies. And I would spend an hour in there, sometimes more, reading the back of cassette boxes, VHS boxes, looking at. There's times I would pick movies based strictly off of the art, and it didn't matter if it was the greatest movie or the worst movie. Regardless, I spent my hard-earned allowance on it. I was watching that movie through.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
And you're right. And I actually found some real gems that I really still love to this day that I now own on Blu-ray or 4K, or I've special ordered from somewhere. I'm kind of worried that I don't do that anymore.
You don't, because if something doesn't engage you now, you leave.
I don't find those gems anymore.
Let me tell you how different things are now. I have some these are dogs, Gerald. I have some dog sleep pants on, and Gerald's so distracted by my pants, he can't even listen to what you're talking about. He's been looking at pajamas for the last 3 minutes. That's what 2021 is. Like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
He couldn't even listen to your story because he's like, what are those on his pants?
Yeah.
These pants were a gift also, I want to say that. Okay, I didn't pick these pants out, but they have... retrievers, a lab, and a German Shepherd on my pants.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But
So
that's why
screw you for not listening to my story, Gerald.
I think those
I was
moments.
listening.
He wasn't listening. There's zero way he was listening. I don't think
I
those.
was listening.
I don't think those moments exist anymore. I don't think
They don't.
the discovery of those hidden gems exist anymore. Or they do, but in a different way, because now someone says, "Hey, you should check this out," and you're like, "Oh
Yes.
shit, I love that." So it's just different.
Or like I will read about something and I'll read, because I subscribe to a number of different movie sites and stuff, and I'll be like, this gem that we found, I'll check it out and watch it and give that a shot. The problem is those gems now, and it's not a problem. I say it's a problem. It's not a problem. It's a problem if you're if you're like a super hipster.
Whatever you're about to say is hipster as hell. That's why you're trying to start it with this, but go ahead.
Yeah, it is. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
But there were things that I found at that time.
Yeah.
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 That I still consider to be mine.
There's no hidden gems. Everybody knows about everything now. I hear you.
And everybody knows about all the hidden good stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good because that stuff gets made. That's how that stuff gets made. But it's not mine anymore. Now it's everybody's, and I don't want to share.
Okay. Straighten up your fedora so we can finish this show. But yeah, I agree. I just think things are so specific and specialized, and I think that's amazing because you can fine tune your programming. That people don't have the patience for shit that they don't like and shit that they don't have interesting or shit that they thought would be good and isn't. I mean, I do the same thing. I turn on Netflix, like I love comedy, but I love a very specific brand of comedy, and I will turn a special on and I'll give it 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Like that's super unfair.
Exactly.
But if you can't push my buttons that quick, I'll listen to someone else and maybe they will. And sometimes I'll listen to 5 or 6 and say, hey, there's nothing for me today.
I mean, I won't lie. 8 times out of 10 when I'm on Amazon or Hulu or something, if I can't find it, you know what I end up watching the times I do pick something to watch?
Something you've already seen?
Something I've already seen that I don't own.
Yeah.
On physical. Like yesterday. Yesterday, you know what I watched yesterday? I watched Virtuosity. The 1995 classic starring Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe in his first U.S. role.
I watched that new Denzel movie on HBO.
Oh, in these something. I know the one with Jared Leto and Rami Malek and
yeah.
And
no, I didn't love it.
Nah, yeah, I'm not interested in that Denzel anymore. That's the only Denzel we see anymore.
Yeah, here's the thing. It was probably fine, but in 2021, I'm not here for fine.
Right.
I'm looking for something for me, and it wasn't. I don't know. I wouldn't watch it again. I would give it 3 Denzels out of 10.
My understanding is it's essentially a 7 reboot. To a point.
I won't get into it. To me it wasn't as nearly as good as 7. It doesn't give you the moments that 7 gave you.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. Now I like old Denzel. I don't know if I like the new calm. He's very calm in this movie. Not excited ever.
I don't mind. You know what the best part of Virtuosity is? For the first 25 minutes of the movie, 30 minutes of the movie, Denzel has dreadlocks.
Oh, yeah, I can't even picture that.
And it looks badass. It's like, why doesn't Denzel always just wear dreadlocks? Always.
But I like badass Denzel.
Is there any of them in the picture? God, there's got to be one, right? You guys need to see this.
And people's career, they morph. He does what pays. He does what he's interested in.
Yeah, I get that.
Denzel doesn't need the cash flow, I'm guessing.
Right, and this is a time when he was still, becoming Denzel.
Yeah.
So he was trying different things and reaching different audiences.
But I think what you said right there might be the whole problem with where everybody is right now. Not to get too soapboxy, but don't we just want people to ratchet up their badassness as they get older?
Yes.
And I don't know if we want everybody to be Liam Neeson, and I don't know if that's fair.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I'm criticizing a guy for taking, like, more low-key, maybe serious roles.
Right, and he's like 62 years old, man.
Maybe he doesn't want to kick ass anymore. But, you know, that's what I want. You know?
No, I get it.
What's that movie he was
there's
in?
an air of nostalgia to that, because that's how Denzel used to be.
What's that movie where he his daughter needs a transplant?
John Q.
Yeah. That movie's not great, but I liked it a lot.
I will say this, and I like my favorite Denzel is probably the Equalizer movies.
My favorite Denzel's Remember the Titans.
I like Remember the Titans too, but he's still...
Yeah.
See, that Denzel with dreads is so good.
He's starting to morph into soft Denzel.
But the Equalizer is the Equalizer. Have you seen the Equalizer movies?
Only the first one.
They're both good. I like the first one better, but I think they're both good. I like him in Man on Fire too. And that's the badassness you're talking about, where he's just no fucks to give. I will just annihilate motherfuckers for being assholes. But yeah, beard. See, there he is with the beard and
well,
dreads
you know, I think everybody looks better with a beard. I'm pro beard.
I haven't cut mine yet.
I know. It won't last though.
What's that?
It won't last though.
I don't know. I'm thinking about having an appointment to have it trimmed. I think I want to get one of those nasty Van Dykes.
The Book of Eli was great.
The Book of Eli was good.
He's been in a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, he has. He's been in a lot.
Man, remember
of
The
shit.
Bone Collector?
Man, not one of my faves.
No, but there's a picture of it here, and it reminded me.
Not one of my faves.
We've got his
The Mighty Quinn. I like him in The Mighty Quinn.
Safe House with Ryan Reynolds.
Again, not one of his greatest movies.
I'm trying to pick out things I know you'll find frustrating.
Oh, what was the one he was in with Mark Wahlberg? Two Guns?
Yeah, Two Guns.
That's like relatively recent, right?
Yeah.
Like 2013.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I like that one.
They're surrounded by money falling down on top of them on the cover.
That's a pretty good movie.
He took a long break. Oh, no, these are out of order. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, The Magnificent Seven. He was good in that reboot.
American Gangster. Yeah, this list I'm looking at, it's all out of order, which is I find frustrating.
Yeah, you do, huh?
Yeah, my God.
Fallen was one of the ones I liked with him. There it is, The Mighty Quinn. Love that movie.
He's got that stash on the cover. He got game.
Oh, yeah.
It might go down to a beard. I can't tell.
His son's good.
Yeah, his son's a pretty good actor, too, is my understanding.
Shout out to the whole Washington family.
Yes. Shout out to the Washingtons. Washingtons.
Yeah. The Washingtons. I got you.
The Washingtons.
Shout out to the Washingtons. You got bad at my Hyundai earlier, and now you're doing that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Now you're like Old South all of a sudden.
Some mistakes were made. Apologies.
Dan not even from the South.
I've lived there for a good portion of my life.
Not long enough, I don't think, to claim it. Not that you couldn't, it's that you wouldn't want to, I don't think. You know, there's two kinds of people. There's like, yeah, I live down south. People are like, born and raised, Southern made, you know.
South will rise again. Blah,
yeah,
blah.
I didn't want to go there, but yeah. Yeah. So I can't think of a better time to end this show.
I went there because I live up north.
Gerald, thanks for your participation today. You really ratcheted it up today.
Yeah, you did some.
And like ratcheted, like cranked it up, not like
fire.
you're ratchet. Yeah. I'm positive about you being a participant today.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, if I knew all we had to do was bring up someone that you despise and have you have a fictional dinner with them, we could have done this way earlier.
I'm going to need a list of those people, by the way, Gerald.
Yeah. Next week I'll be like, all right, so John Cena and Tom Brady walk into the bar. The goat and the goat are at a bar together. Would you join them?
Yeah.
You see how I did? I just tried to poke his buttons before we leave.
I see that. Ruin his fucking day.
I know. I almost earlier when he said not the goat, I almost fell into the trap. And had the
when he said what?
Not the goat. For Tom Brady. I almost fell into his trap and had the conversation with him.
Nah, but you didn't.
I didn't. Because no one that's listening or you give a shit.
True.
And this is already going to be a tough show for engagement, I feel like. Like, I would give this show 2 shows out of 10.
I would go 3 shows out of 10.
Gerald, rate us for this episode.
5 out of 5.
Okay. You used a different scale totally. I like it. I like your thinking.
And went the whole other way.
Yeah, because we went completely off the book. I mean, we didn't even get to talk about what Ryan played this week. We just skipped over that.
Yeah, my shit sucked. That's fine.
Yeah, he said he played all the same shit.
Yeah, same. Also, he probably was looking up something he noticed instead of paying attention when I was talking.
Probably.
Dude, my phone tilted down for 2 seconds, and he caught a glimpse of these pants. And he couldn't focus.
But to be fair, I mean, it's more his job to be the producer.
To pick apart my pants?
Than to take part in the conversations.
These pants were a gift, sir.
I mean, that's what he gets paid the big bucks for.
I wouldn't wear these in public, but I would show them to you guys. I wouldn't go to the Walmart in them.
Oh, I would.
No, not these.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what I look like when I go to Walmart, because
some of the dogs are upside
better
down.
Than that person over there anyway.
Some of the dogs are upside down, and also there's a weird like back half of the dog right where my cock is on the pant. So I think that's odd looking because it's like a fleshy color right there.
So it looks like your dick hanging out?
Like a small piece of dick showing. Maybe like a ball, like a peak of a ball.
Like you're not wearing underwear and really short shorts?
Yeah, because these have the flap. They have the actual flap where you could pull your root out.
Oh, nice.
They're sleep pants.
Does it have a button?
No.
Good.
No. And right underneath that is where the cut off dog image is at.
Anytime there's a button, man, I just rip that bitch off.
Oh yeah, you like to just be able to get in there and get at it.
Man, when I got pee.
You pull it out of the hole?
Fighting with buttons, dude.
You pull it out of the hole?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I can't do this right now. We're too long.
Well, a lot of times I wear a belt too, so.
Yeah, you undo the belt. You drop them around your ankle.
No.
I
do the whole.
I do have that photo of Ryan and Matt at the shopping for the video games I sent you all a long time ago, and they're both wearing underwear. I mean, pajamas.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to. I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Kind of
show it. Can you show it? I remember it.
What am I wearing?
They're in like Walmart.
Yeah, it was at Walmart.
What am I wearing?
Pajamas.
You both are.
Yeah, you and Matt.
I don't remember anything. I'm sure it happened, but whoa, iPad down. I don't remember that.
The funny thing is, I don't think it's really you. It's
but it looks like
you.
It looks like both of them from behind.
Fuckers, I'm not wearing pajamas out. What the fuck? I was like, when did this happen?
It's not really you, but it's you.
Yeah.
It's remember when we were at Comic-Con and saw Matt's doppelganger?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, this is like Matt's doppelganger and Ryan's doppelganger shopping for video games.
I saw a dude that looked just like me
pajamas.
In traffic the other day. I was at a light. I looked over. It was me driving. I feel like I was setting up to make a shitty action movie. They look just like me.
Yeah, you need to send us that pic again.
All right, I gotta see if I still
post
have
it on Twitter.
No, it's not even realistic because I don't go out in
very realistic.
I don't go out in jammies.
It looks like you guys.
This got a new bid on something I got for sale, so.
All right, we gotta go then.
Money coming in. Real quick, if you want to support us, patreon.com/Gamestitch. You can tell us how many shows out of how many shows you would give us for this, or if you just be Gerald and use a different scale. We used out of 10, he used out of 5. You can do the math.
We said it wasn't great. He thought it was the best ever.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, it wouldn't have been good for him to give it a low score because he participated a lot.
Well, that wouldn't be...
You know?
I mean, I started out giving it a low score before we even started.
Yeah, but we've got... our bar is pretty low, though.
Okay.
Like, we already understand we're not as good as we should be.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. You did high. I gave it a 2.
Yeah, well, apparently Gerald thinks this is as good as it gets.
100% the best show we've ever done, without a doubt. Which I can get behind. Patreon
for honesty, I guess.
Patreon.com/Gamestitch. You can support us just like our friends of the show, Zach, Thomas, and Mike. We love each and every one of you. It is Valentine's, so we're sending out extra hugs and kisses or whatever people do on this day. It's people who love each other once a day, really get together on Valentine's. Just kidding. Just saying all the angry things that single people say.
For Valentine's giving, yeah.
Yeah. I like a gift. I'm not going to turn down a gift. If there's a holiday where there's a gift to be given, I'm not going to turn it down.
You don't get gifts on Thanksgiving anyway.
Could.
I said Valentine's giving.
We could start it up. Or you just get turkey gifts.
That's what I like about Thanksgiving is there's no gifts involved. It's just food.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, Valentine's is what it is. It's not going away.
It's made up.
Yeah, so is everything.
Right.
It's just another made-up holiday. I say we exchange gifts for everything. I think right off the back of Valentine's, we give out President Day gifts. Just right on the heels of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're doing gifts for loved one for President's Day. You get like a whole weekend of it. Because Valentine's falling on a Sunday. Is it always on a Sunday?
What, Valentine's
Day? Or does it
change? No, it's always on the 14th.
I don't know how the holidays work. Some of them are always on the same day, some aren't. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Gerald, do you wear pajamas in public?
No.
If you're, let me back up because I think I know the answer to this for Dan, but I don't think I know for Gerald. If you had to run to the store real quick, will you go in whatever you have on at home?
No.
Dan, you will.
Yes.
Yeah, and I will not also. I get dressed to leave the house to go to the dump.
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I have on is, it's good enough.
I don't go out in
granted, if I'm walking around in my underwear, yes, I put something on.
I don't go out in like basketball shorts though.
Oh, I will. I'll go out and like yesterday. I pretty much went to Walmart like this.
We can only see your top.
Huh. Well, I have on.
You got dog pants on?
Like Adidas.
Yeah, you're pretty
like vinyl track pants.
You're pretty casual right there, but you're not sloppy.
I have gone to Walmart in like SpongeBob SquarePants pajama.
That's unacceptable. Okay, I want to say that loud and proud for everybody to hear. These dog pants are inside pants. Okay, I'm not wearing them out, Gerald.
Listen, I don't have inside and outside clothes.
Gerald, do you have a long sleeve shirt on? Because if you do, we could go for a three-peat. Because I also have one on. Damn it.
Oh.
I also don't own any pajamas.
So I'll tell you, I was not a pajama guy until I lost my weight, and now I'm a little bitch in the cold. I didn't have any jammies. I just had shorts that I would wear and a t-shirt, but I can't anymore. I'm cold all the time.
Right, you wear pants. I always wear pants.
I have fluffy pants on. These dog pants are like they're fleece, which in the past would have just made my balls hot talking about it. And this shirt is a long sleeve shirt. It also looks, in the tiny picture you can see, it looks like it fits me very well. I look like I'm shredded a little.
Yeah.
I look good in that. You have mine's like a stretchy shirt. Yours is like a cotton blend.
Yeah, mine's a cotton blend.
Yeah.
Mine's a soccer shirt.
Joe, we can't see you. I don't even remember. I didn't even catch any image of you today. I don't know anything that you have on. Are you put together this morning? Did you do your hair?
He's got a Nike shirt on.
Yeah, it's a Nike soccer.
I still see his screen. I don't know how you see him. Oh, you see the tiny version. Like in the breakout box.
Up in the corner,
yeah. I can't see that on my phone, too far away. So my phone was fully charged. We've been going for an hour and 28 minutes on the recording, a little less on the show itself. My phone has got a quarter of power left already.
Well, time for a new phone.
Is that what you got out of this? It's time to end the show, I thought.
If you would get away from those Apple products, you might be okay.
Yeah, that's a hard pass. Hard. But another conversation. Next week, we'll just debate Android versus iOS and lose every listener we have.
Okay.
Follow us on the social medias at Podcast Ryan, at Shirtless Dan, at Hoffman Show, at Game_Stitch. Gerald, you gonna stream this week?
Yes, probably tonight.
So that's twitch.tv/Hoffman Show, correct?
Yes.
And you can also catch it on twitch.tv/Gamestitch. We host All of Gerald's stream on our channel as well. And still sticking with Hollow Knight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're falling in love with that game. It's a slow burn, I feel like, but I think you're falling in love.
I think he's playing it because he's dedicated, not because he likes it.
Yeah.
Are you coming around on it at all?
No.
I'll take that as a yes. I want to take that definitive no as a yes, as a maybe. But yeah, that's going to do it for us on our Valentine's special. Full of love today. You're welcome. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Good night.